Welcome back to Let's Talk Sis with your girl Tameca. So we're here today with some really good people, but let me tell y'all about me. Where y'all can find me. Of course, you can find me on CentralCityRadio.com. And I think Central City Radio on YouTube as well. What else I got? Facebook is Tameca Howell. I keep telling y'all my whole name. I like to keep all of my platforms with the same name, Tameca. My last name, Howell. Howell gang on mine, Howell. Just got to say that because I feel like it's Howell versus what? No, it's Howell on mine. Okay. So then, let's see. Facebook, Instagram is Tameca8. Then Yahoo, y'all can catch me at TamecaHowell@yahoo.com. Coming soon though, my TikTok is TikTok, huh? My TikTok is finna pop, y'all. And my YouTube channel that I've had forever that I don't use, but I feel like now it's time to start to use those platforms. So today, my co-host is gonna take over the show. So are you introducing?
Yeah. What's up, y'all? It's your man 50 Grand, Mr. Flip the Convo. All platforms you can find me, Flip the Convo, on Instagram, Facebook, soon to come TikTok and a YouTube page. So we going in.
Let's go.
Let's go. And you know what today? Real proud of the scenes today. We got some young folk in the building.
Yo.
Come on, young man, introduce yourself. I don't care who go first.
We got to do it on Instagram and everything too.
If you want to tell them how to find you, you could tell them that, or you could just tell them who you are.
Yup.
Oh, it's your boy Rasan, aka Mud Baby merch coming soon.
Mud Baby, let's go.
Mud Baby on the way soon. It's a work in progress, but it's on its way. I don't got no real platforms yet, but we gonna get there.
We going in though. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm flat out Dante. Scoops 4 years my Instagram. That's
Scoops what?
Scoops 4 years my Instagram.
4 years.
4 yeah.
4 yeah.
Yeah.
Scoops the
actual
Scoops,
4 is a 4.
And then YA is your Instagram.
Yeah.
All right, because they may want to know who Scoops is. So I'm gonna tell y'all, because he didn't tell y'all, this is my child, my very first child. He happens to be 29 years old. I don't know how he got that age because I'm only 21. Y'all don't try to add it up. It is not going to work. However, this is my first child. So I'm gonna need you, Mr. Convo, to be. Don't.
Hey, no, we just gonna.
Because we ain't gonna have. We might fight it here today.
I ain't gonna do
just checking.
I'm gonna pin myself to the wall because we preaching nonviolence up in the camp. You know what I mean? Nah. And it's special too. Cause check it out. I got my boy in here too. You know what I'm saying? My second born. He actually. You know what? He more like me than any of mine. But
Man.
that's another story. But we still got some more out there. Yeah, last week she said I was old, but it's all good. And I am 50, so you know what? I'm very knowledgeable.
Old.
And I done been on both sides of the track. Done been on the good side, bad side, in between, and all that. So we gonna go. So let's talk about it. Hey, young fellas.
Wait, first let's check in. I'm sorry. Can we check in? Yeah. Y'all, how was y'all? I just want to check in because we haven't been doing that a lot, and I really like that from one of the shows that you did. So, how y'all week went? What y'all do?
Man, mine is good. I work 2 jobs.
Let's go.
I'm on the grind, so that's all I got.
Yeah,
right.
So you got to grind to get your thing off there. You ready?
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
I see you excited. I actually see it in your eyes, man. I ain't seen you excited in a long time, man. When you see the product and see when you lead your kids the right way, man, when you give them something to look forward to, they brighten up on you, man. I'm trying to tell you, it's a living testimony. I see it in him. Let's go.
I'm excited for y'all.
Dante, what you got, bro? Let's go.
My week has been amazing. Besides the fact that I've handled other people's business for them, but that's a good thing too.
Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do.
What you do?
For my job.
Business
I'm working for.
You doing your thing though on the plumbing business. That's like having 2 jobs though, because I need
all
you to
the
come.
driving and all the actual work in the places where I gotta go is far. Then I gotta pick people up, drop them off. You know how it go.
Being grown.
Man, we talking to some extraordinary young men. You heard these young men? They said they got jobs.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk
Then gotta
about
go
that because
home
he
to
said
my daughter.
hustling. See, this
What's
was
up?
what people need to understand, that a hustling, when people say hustling out there, we always think something illegal.
Yeah.
No, but I'm a hustler. I will hustle some legal money in a minute. In a minute. I don't care. Listen,
Didn't I tell y'all
The
sign my
lab
check?
is whatever you doing.
Dante, listen. He said the lab is whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
But I
Whatever
will
you're doing.
hustle. So I like that topic. We don't got to go there, but I think that's one of the topics we need to talk about is how can we get to this legal money?
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
Because the same money y'all think y'all could get without being illegal, you could get that same money being legal. And why take penitentiary chances?
And being smarter.
And both of y'all got kids that y'all. Okay, I ain't gonna lecture today. Okay, my bad.
Ooh,
Go
we didn't
ahead.
went to the
ready now?
kids.
You ready to give it up? You ready to give it
Them
up?
y'all great.
Yes, yeah, we got the smile and everything in here. But you know what though? When you got many hustles, just think of it like this, man. We just gonna put gravy on the grits.
Gravy on the grid.
Gravy on the grits.
You can put it that way.
He be
You know,
having all
when
these sayings.
when
I'm
my-
like, no, explain to me
Yeah.
what gravy
You
on
know,
the grits mean.
Just think about it. When you got your plate of grits, right? That's your job. Let's just say you got a job, but you ain't really, doing nothing. You ain't making no money. You ain't making no moves. You put some gravy on that grits, that thing go to tasting good, don't
Is
it?
that what it is? Listen,
grits is nasty
okay,
by
gravy
itself.
on the grits now. Okay,
Grits is
gravy
nasty
on the
by
grits.
itself. Yeah, gravy
Grits
on
is
the
nasty
grits.
by itself. Grits is definitely gravy
You gotta
on
fill
the
in
grits.
the in between ways, the hallways and the alleyways.
Yeah, yeah. My sister told me one time I was
see what you're
struggling,
saying.
trying to decide what I was gonna do in life. You know what I mean? She told me, "Look here, bro. When you sign in for that money, even though you got to go through some things, you ain't got to fight no man in blue."
That's on
Yeah.
the G.
And she kept it G.
I remember you was talking about in one of the shows, run me my check, deposit
Run me my
in
check.
my account.
Your money gonna spend just as smooth as the mother boy's money. Right. They ain't gonna turn you away. Watch. They gonna invite you to the cash register and call you sir.
Yeah.
He said, listen, it's something about being called sir. I'm not a ma'am yet.
feel
I'm
good.
still a girl.
Man, talk about it.
So I'm
It
just
feel
saying,
good.
don't call
Good.
me
I don't.
ma'am. No, I'm just playing.
You don't
No,
like the sir?
I'm good on the
Tell me
side.
why you don't
I don't
like
like.
the sir.
I don't like the sir.
It make you
make
feel-
me.
it feel
It make me
old.
feel old. I'm only 26.
But what
don't
if
call
it's
me
just
sir.
respect?
I feel like if you say like, if I say like, please don't call me sir, and it's like I'm being respectful. I respect you.
But if you just call
If
you sir, do you make
I'd
you
be
feel like you
yeah,
old?
it make me feel like I'm old, bro. I'm only 26.
Dante said it feel like
I guess you see all this gray hair on Pop's face. He like, nah, I ain't doing
Cause
that.
you're silver.
I wouldn't necessarily. It make me feel important. It's just
That's what you said.
it's important to hear that. Yeah, I feel like as a man, yeah, that's important to hear that. No matter if
yeah.
it's somebody you don't know, somebody you do know. When you first walk in somewhere and somebody say that to you, you feel different than when somebody just like
Just looking-
greeting you just because that's what they have to
They
do.
put some, I think sometimes
Yeah.
what it makes it feel like is somebody's recognizing that you are,
I'm a person.
you're a person that should be valued. I know over here on the West Coast and in some other, communities, we don't say sir and ma'am but when I was growing up, you slept in your mouth.
Man.
And so
Cleaning.
it was about being respectful. But on
Yeah.
the West Coast, they kind of don't say any of that. They don't say Miss Tameca. They don't say any of those things. So I will say, if somebody say ma'am or Miss Tameca, I do feel a little like I done did something, just a little bit.
You
But
know
we gonna
what-
respect you. We not gonna call
You
you
know what
sir.
though? I'm gonna tell
Sir.
you. Let me tell you what though. I told
say
y'all
sir
we
just
was
'cause
gonna
I say
go
sir.
in today. This was gonna be.
Okay,
woo.
come on with your topic.
But you know what though? I learned how to respect the word sir. Young when I was going in the bank. I put a little bread in the bank. I thought I was a man. I, felt like the man. I had my chest all poked out and everything. He was like, "Welcome to the bank, sir." I was like, "Who you talking to? You ain't been treating me like sir before I came in here with this money."
Oh, you
But,
had a little change.
Yeah, I had a little change.
Okay, you had a
But
little change.
that's when I learned how to respect the word sir. You know what? Though it kind of felt good. I was like, yeah, shit, I'm sir. Now what you gonna do with me? Yeah.
Big old head.
Yeah, big old head. Ooh, I
old
couldn't,
head.
man, I couldn't even fit in the doorway
You
for
barely fit in
about,
the door now.
you know what I
Talking
mean?
about then.
But you know what though? I want to get into something. I want to take some time
Let's go.
and talk about these two things because I think they're leading to a lot of our young brothers and a young of our older brothers and sisters now and babies. This is y'all going too far with the babies, man. Cut it out. For real, flip that one. Flip the convo on that, man. Women and children, y'all know that's off limits. Any gangster tell y'all that. Any movie y'all gonna watch. Anything with guns, violence, and disruption with drugs and all that. Y'all know the gangsters don't do women and children. Cut it out, man. But we gonna move on that though. I just needed to say that.
Okay. All right.
So now, when we in the streets, fellas, when we young, what y'all know about that street level and the street codes? Don't y'all think that play a difference in how you carry yourself? Me, myself, I done did some traveling. You know, I done been in hoods I probably shouldn't have been in. You know, not knowing the color thing and all that, cause I'm from the East Coast. We ain't do all that.
Like
So, you know, I ain't even gonna lie. I had on straight blue and a red hood, but the cats was like, "Yo, who you here for? Money?" I was like, "Yo, my dude, I don't bang. I'm not from here. Whatever." But he looked at me. He could tell, like, yo, nah, money ain't here on none of that. So it was kind of like he looked at me like it was the way I carried myself. But he said, yo, next time, bro, you know, that pass might not be given, you know, just to let you know. And I felt that was cool, man, because, you know, that's some street level stuff. That could have been real ugly for me or anybody else in that situation.
So the question is, what is the question about street
the question is, do y'all think it make a difference in how you carry yourself when you talking about street codes and visiting hoods and going places? Because you know what? A lot of times we all got to live in the same neighborhoods, and sometimes you might need to go over here in the wrong neighborhood just to take care of some business. You might need to go pay your cable bill or water bill or whatever. So tell me how y'all young folks handle that. Dante, how you handle that, bro?
On some, to be completely honest,
on some G stuff.
If I was from this corner, I mean, within the corner, would it change how I am? No, because that's where I am. But if I had to navigate out to different, I would have somebody I'll tap in with because not for the simple fact of I'm scared, it's just because I know how the code go. I know how the code go when you step across that line. So sometimes, yeah, because I was in Lamert Park with all red on one time, but I knew somebody
in Dallas.
No, it was in California.
Oh, California.
I went with one of my baby mamas. She wasn't that at the time, but that's where she took me, and I had on all red, and yeah, they pressed me real quick and let me know. And
but what I will say about my child, what I know is, he better not say he from no hoods, because he's not. But anyway, but he's able to intermingle in a lot of different areas. Dante intermingles in a lot of different areas, and he's the child that's most like me. I ain't saying he ain't no G or none of that. I'm not saying none of that. What I'm saying is to be connected to something streetwise. Dante is very level-headed.
I'm strategic
at first
when I do something.
I like to hear that. That's me too. I gotta be calculated. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I gotta be calculated.
I'm just gonna say he's able to intermingle in a lot of different places, and he's gonna talk before he reacts. You know, sometimes when people come up and somebody come up to say, "Hey, my G, you got on this, and that," people we get hot headed,
real hot headed.
People end
for
up
what?
dead.
Yeah, you just lost your life over something stupid that you could have just had a
young player though. Don't mess.
Yeah, I could have just had a simple conversation. You know what? And you know what? And I think that's important, man. You got to carry yourself a certain way. You in somebody home.
Man.
You know what I mean? You ain't gonna go in nobody's backyard talking about you finna do this. You know what I mean? You don't even know the neighborhood.
That's like somebody coming in your house and they ask you, well, why are you in here? And you say, because I am.
It's gonna be a problem on me, bruh. You going back out the door?
Man, you might not be. Listen, man, how you going back out the door?
Man, we not gonna talk about that on this show.
I don't do anything like that. I'm just talking for the people that.
Well, I'm gonna just tell you, Flip the Convo is a name.
Flip the Convo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well we
go both ways. You know, I always said you have to know both sides of the earth. You know what you're getting into on that track when you talk about that street life, that street code, and all them decisions you have to make. I had to learn them early, you know, and it's crazy because I could go anywhere in my hometown because I'm just that cool dude. I never tried to be that tough dude or anything like that. I ain't go anywhere. I can mix with back when I was doing things in the streets. These new cats now, y'all don't know, man. Y'all new cats, man. I don't know what y'all doing in these streets, man. Y'all killing each other for nothing.
We want to give the young sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him to a question.
But I want him to answer the same.
So, what you think?
I mean,
what you think?
My man's answer the question.
What you think, Rashawn?
Going somewhere and being in a hood that
Yeah, it ain't yours. You know how you hold yourself so you can get up out of there alive.
me, I'm gonna be me. Regard where I'm at. If I'm in your hood or I'm in wherever, I'm just gonna be me. Like I ain't gonna be on nothing, no bull stuff or no rah-rah stuff. Like I'm just gonna be me. I'm just carry myself a certain way how I was raised. You know, coming from where I come from, you know what I'm saying? Certain places you are not allowed.
Facts.
If you're from a certain side, if where I come from, you are not allowed. So I had to learn, you know, getting jumped, multiple spots, people running. So I had to learn, like, you know, some places you just gotta know where you at.
Yeah.
If you don't know where you at and you gonna peep your surroundings, you gonna get caught. So
I think that's a lesson for any of us, though,
Man,
because everybody
that's a
knows.
great
I
point.
think on here I've talked a couple of times about being in the wrong place at the wrong time, and then I almost lost my life because of that. They wasn't even after me. They really wasn't, or the person in the car, but it's just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like by God's grace, those 4 bullets missed me in my car.
Mind you, I done told her before she even went in there, don't even go in there.
Right.
Because I know
That's
it'd be
not
happy.
Right.
But okay, you did.
Yeah. Take that. Like Puff said, take that.
Okay, that ain't how that
Take
happened,
that.
but whatever.
But you know, I've been in places like that too.
I used to have a idea that la la la. Y'all know me. Be la la la.
Man, you can't be la 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 right now,
I'm not doing anything to
man.
nobody, so why would they be doing anything to me? You know,
Please,
clearly, that's not what's going on. But
No, not at all.
Women, they don't care.
But when you talk about street code and all of that stuff, like I'm not from the streets,
Right.
so I can't. You know, I understand it. I don't know how to explain. Like I've been in the streets, but not in the streets. I'm not from the streets. So
Unfortunately, it's too important now. Go ahead.
I think I'm just now, and I haven't been around people like that, and really having conversations with them and really understanding like the codes and why they think that way. But these folk crazy. Yes. I grew up wrong, right is right and wrong is wrong. Period. Mm-hmm. And I think that's so when I talk about my child, that's some of his challenges too, because he be in the streets, but he still has that right is wrong is wrong. We can't. My mama, that's her favorite saying. So in our family, it be if we gonna get to some thug stuff.
Yeah, let's go.
You done had to get me to some thug stuff. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But ain't nobody, because ain't no punk going on. No punk. My mom was born in D.C. and my dad, like, they know the Howell gang, something wrong with them. However, you got to get me to some stuff. Do you understand? So to understand that people just going to come up and just do you dirty just because of what you might be driving or the money or that they just hide. To do it was just hide. You understand what I'm saying? I think that was the root of awakening for me. And as now that I'm trying to get back out in the streets, I'm still scared. I'm still a little bit scared because they really, really for real murking people right now.
Man, for no reason. For no reason.
Listen, yesterday I was driving in the car. He was trying to get over, but then I didn't see him trying to get over, and then he went around like that. So then now I have a whole anxiety attack because I'm like, oh Lord, we still on the freeway together. This man might try to do something. I need to get in the house. Shit. You understand?
That's some more nut ass shit. I'm just saying that's some more nut ass food.
A lot of people like to get high and drive.
Yeah, that's what they doing. They you know what? They can't just smoke the weed and be happy. They got to be out here doing other stuff. But I'm gonna get back to being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't had that happen to me, and I done went to a party. My mama told me not to go to. I went to the party, and they got shot up. Dude came through because he couldn't get in. He went in there, came back and shot the spot up. Came back beaten too in his box Chevy. Boom, boom, boom. Then he came out with that.
Yikes!
Had to get up out of there. Went to a basement party one time. They start stabbing people, man. Come on. We in there partying, man. We having a good time.
Listen, I'm going to stay right on over at
we sweating and carrying on. I mean, everybody was vibing. I mean, if y'all could have been there, man, it felt like you would have felt like Method Man and Red Man was in throwing a party in that basement.
All of a sudden
come in there with the attitude, man. Just crazy, taking the street cred stuff to. Man, we ain't here to party. I didn't buy this $500 outfit to come in here for you to shoot the damn spot up, man.
It's flipping the convo though, y'all. We got to be able to give people these
spaces to party.
But I ain't even talking about the mindset has to change, bro.
Yes.
Like this pulling out this gun too quickly.
Used to be,
we are hold on, Dante, for a minute. We are killing we're gonna be extinct in a minute.
Let's talk about it.
That we keep being mad at everybody else. Y'all know it's Black Lives Matters on mine all day, but we don't understand that we are the main problem with each other. We got to stop. It ain't that serious, man. I hear you saying all the time that I have my mama and my sister was more important than whatever y'all was doing.
Heck yeah.
Like, is it that important that you got to murder somebody over I don't.
Can I go first on that one? Then Dante, you could go. Dante, you wanted to go first? Go ahead, bro. You look like. Go ahead.
Go first on that topic. I was gonna say something.
Go ahead. Say what you was saying.
Get at him.
I messed you up. I'm sorry.
You messed him up. You messed him up.
Go ahead, sir.
So, I was gonna say, that being that, man, this touches me, man. Because I've been in situations where white folks tried to attack me just because I was smart.
Yeah.
Now I wish I was on video so y'all could see my eyes. This is dead serious. 10 white dudes. I done played 10 games of basketball, lift weights, all that. I'm tired. And just because of the color of my skin, and I'm in college, they want to disrespect. You're not finna do that to me, because if I let you do it once, you're gonna let you do it twice.
Was you ready to lose your life though to prove that point?
No, but you know what? Yes, because they gonna do it. They wasn't coming to stomp us out. They was coming to do something dastardly. They was 20 deep.
Then what happened?
I'm still here.
But we gotta talk about that off the air.
No, we ain't gotta talk. I had, me and my folk. It was like 5 of us. We had to just knock heads. Dudes didn't have guns. They had knives. They was high off acid, so when you hit them, they couldn't feel it. They wasn't feeling nothing.
Oh, I'm not talking about letting somebody just do you in type of way, but I think I don't know why I automatically thought about police.
And then, hold on, let me go to my point. And then, y'all, we have the audacity to be out here murdering each other, taking each other's dynasties, not letting the kids grow up and be great. You know what? We killing all the great people who doing something in the communities, man.
Yeah, that's what we're
feeding people.
It has the potential. We don't understand that we are future doctors. So first of all, listen. I say this.
We invent everything on Earth.
We are supposed exactly, and we are supposed to lead this nation. And this nation is looking like this because we are not doing what we do. Anytime I get an opportunity to push somebody's dreams forward, that's what I'm gonna do. The problem that a lot of people have with me as a black man and women is that I'm a pusher. I don't care what me and my son, we could talk about it right now. I love you, son, to death. But the only reason I bother you is because you have the potential to be better than where you are right now. And till the day that I die, okay, I'll get emotional.
I'm telling you, it's an emotional topic, man.
Listen, I'm gonna push you in the right is right and wrong is wrong, because we are allowing our children, we are allowing our sisters and brothers, our kids to just walk around this earth haphazardly.
Nonchalant.
And in order to reach the target, you got to hit the steps.
Come on, you got to dig deep.
You understand? When you play darts, you don't be just throwing darts. You sit there. When you bowl, you get in the right place and you put your positioning right. Position yourself, brother.
Come on, sister.
Position yourself is all I'm asking from you. Swear to God, I ain't gonna get emotional.
Do y'all know what that word extinct mean? I'm talking to all my.
Okay, listen.
The word extinct. Imagine your dynasty, even if you're doing things in the streets. Imagine somebody just erasing that on you.
Yeah.
Think about
that on each other, though.
And I just gave you an example.
Because your rims was bigger than mine, or I didn't have no rims.
And I just gave you an example.
Or your shorty was in my DMs and now you mad.
but
hold on though.
But what I don't never understand is that your shorty was in my DM and you mad at that y'all the one got the issue.
And we don't know each other, so what's the problem?
Why are you bothering me because she got in my or he got in my? You understand? We misdirect. The anger.
That's because dudes be too mad because they be messing up, and then when they shorty ready to move on to somebody who really got that potential to treat them right now, you mad. You don't want her to move on.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Why you want to love your He said,
I've been in that type of situation, and I ain't gonna say like too much, but
listen, y'all should have been doing what y'all was supposed to do.
Exactly.
That is the issue.
And y'all gotta stop doing that. Y'all gotta stop trying to get us after.
you got to understand, women don't always lace you up for the best thing to do for you to constantly be what you want to be with her. Sometimes they play mind games.
We all have an issue though. We all
jealousy
have a problem.
games, and then they want to see how far you will go just to.
So here's the problem, the thing with that when we talking about flip the convo, those are things that you need to. I don't play them type of games.
Nah,
now,
please
everybody
don't.
who know
Probably
me know that I'm not
saying that you do. I ain't saying that you do, but
because I intentionally don't do certain stuff. If you say I'm play the jealousy game or play mind games, I intentionally don't do that. So the way that you don't do something is again hit the. I know. Listen, you got to learn how to check yourself. In my emotions, I'd be like, let me say yada 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 yada. In my maturity, I say let me not say that because that ain't how you're supposed to.
You got to practice how you play.
That ain't finna.
You practice how you play.
Now I ain't gonna say as a younger person when I was 10 because now I'm only 21.
Yeah, because we talking about our level, our stage.
21.
So, but even at 29 years old, I just didn't have that. I didn't have the kind of time to play with anybody. I had kids, so I had kids. I had Dante at 14 years old. I didn't have time to play. So this is something that we was talking about earlier that I just want to say to you. I never was out in the streets just because I wanted to be out in the streets doing something. I always had 2 jobs and I was going to school. So when you talk about me not being around, remember we was talking about parenting, they don't never know. Kids don't know why you're not around. That's why it's very important to explain to them or make sure that you parent. That's our only job, is to raise these children. I was not there physically because I could not. We made $7 an hour. And y'all never not lived somewhere that I paid for.
What I told you the other day when we sitting
Tameca,
there talking.
Myself.
7. You got 7. I remember working and it was 5.
No, I started at 5. When my first job was 5:15.
I got one worse than you. My first job was 4:35.
We don't have. So then I go. Wait a minute. Let me just tell y'all. Then I go crying to the people so that I can get daycare for my kids because they didn't have to stay in the house by themselves. Then I didn't have enough money, so then I didn't know the electricity was turned off by the time I got home because I don't get home till 10. Luckily I had neighbors. See, God be watching because I had neighbors that was able to look out, but they didn't. It wasn't like. I need you to understand, son, that I raised y'all by myself. Nobody gave me no money. Nobody gave me no help, and nobody did none of that. I raised you by myself. Now I was going to use this at the last of the show, but y'all let me do this. As a mother, it's always hurtful when your children think something different of you, right? And I'm gonna take this time to apologize for the things that I did not do.
That's big right there.
Yeah, this is what I'm finna do on air.
This
is what I'm finna do on air because as a woman, you have to be able to apologize for the things that you didn't do. So again, like I said, I was 14 years old. I did what I had. I did the best I could with the tools that I had, and I'm sorry for the negative effects that it had on your life, my nigga. I'm sorry. However, forgive me and move on. That's for you. That's not for me. And I've tried since 15 years old. I've changed, and you know that.
That's strong right there.
But you're now 29 years old and you're still holding me to that. But think about the mistakes that you make with your children, being a young man trying to have children, right? And think about if you were 14 years old with trauma, with molestation, with a father that don't come on.
I don't know how I would have did.
So listen, all I'm asking, and this is for all the mothers out there, let's be a woman and go apologize to your kids, because these grown men out here are hurt, and the main relationship, remember we was talking about, is the mother and the mother and the child relationship, whether it's a daughter or the problem with women is we don't know how to raise men, and men have left us here to try to raise. I would need you to look, we got a viewer out here, she over here, but we have in here, and I want to be real, because I want y'all to take this. If y'all are listening out there, women, go apologize to your kids. I've apologized multiple times, but on air today, forgive me and move on. That's for you. I forgive you.
Moving on ain't the easiest thing, to move on from something that you've been living in for so long. Let me tell you,
but you chose to live it for the last 14 years, and I'm not telling you it's not. But now you got to figure out what step you're going to take to get over it so that you can be the best person you can be for your children. Your whole
and listen,
my whole band,
the whole 10 of them. I mean, 10. The band got like a tribe.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, man, you know what? That's very powerful. And like I said, I've always been wanted to be a part of special things and the special connections. And I'm going to tell you right here on air, man, if you ever need a brother to talk to that's going to give it to you real, that's going to give you a side that is real, meant from the heart, you can call me, man. You can call me. You can tell him this ain't just for air. Ask me, your man sitting right there. And before when he came out here and I was in my situation, I went through something big, real big. And I ain't even gonna talk about it right now, but I'm gonna talk about it on my platform. But one of the first things I told him right now is I told him I needed him more just as much as he needed me. And I looked him straight in his eye and told him that, like a man.
I don't even know what I would do without. I don't think I would have made it in life if I always say, well, why did I have these kids? I didn't change it. Well, why did I have these kids so early? But I don't think I would have made it, honestly, in life. I used to think about killing myself every single day.
My kids made me stronger.
Reason I didn't is because I had you and Devon to take care of.
And my girls, let me tell you, when the first time I had my baby girl, she don't even know this, but that's when I stopped doing all the menacing. All the bad decisions. I couldn't look myself in the eye. I couldn't look in the eye and go, Daddy got to go away for 10 years by being stupid.
And it's not that serious.
It's not.
Because we need, mothers and fathers, we need, all your one job is to raise these kids. Anybody can parent a child, but they need to be raised now. This is what's wrong with this world right now, is these kids aren't being raised.
Yeah.
They're not being raised, and then they're dealing with, childhood hurt because they're not being raised and their parents are around. These kids don't care about your money. These kids don't care about nothing but your time and the way you make them feel. So listen, I want y'all to be there for y'all kids. Remember last night we was talking about how you were saying, but they have to work. No job is more important, and I learned this from my children. Luckily, it wasn't as bad because when I worked in the group home, they can come with me, right? But when that stopped happening and I started getting in other realms, I worked a lot, and then I tried to let me go to school too, so that I can figure out how to make some more money. Mm-hmm. But I wish somebody would tell me your only job is to raise these kids.
But we're not telling each other that, and one of the things, one of the things that. When I was doing the little consulting thing and talking to a lot of kids at one time, man, these kids was really hurt that their parents wasn't there. And I had to actually convince a lot of them, like, yo, your parents are there, are trying to, give you something special, all the things they couldn't have, because our parents was at work too. But they were a little different financially. And I'm saying, hold up, bro. And I'm just going to put it out there. Your mom bought you a vacation house and a car, told you to invite 6 of your friends, and you got all that taken away because you was hanging with the wrong crowd, and then you want to flip that on your parents. Mm-hmm. No, my dude.
No, that's
you wasn't a good son at that point in time. They gave you I said, look around. Look at these kids' feet. The other kids, they was wearing broke down Converses that the staff gave them. Yeah.
Listen, when I was able to do better, I did better. I will not say that my older set of kids was able to wear the best whatever they couldn't. $5 an hour.
What you mean?
Yeah.
What you say?
We was wearing forces.
Right.
Oh, was y'all? Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that's what y'all. So they forgot when they held
on the forces.
They forgot. No, but because he
sleep on the forces. Facts.
He forgot the pre stuff though, because it was a struggle before that. But my younger kids, it's interesting because I'll call them spoiled all the time. They be like, I ain't spoiled. I'd be like, these kids. They don't even know how to, they don't even know how to cook no food.
My guy used to ask me over there, Tim Bowles.
I remember Dante had told me, he said, we didn't get no steak and stuff. I said, boy, we can barely afford the noodles I was giving y'all. They had noodles, potatoes, ground beef, and some sandwich meat, and some apples.
You had that. I pizza mine out.
Listen.
Look, I will get you a pizza in a minute.
Oh, no, because we didn't grow up with going to fast food and stuff. So we got hot dogs.
I'm talking about making a pizza.
Oh,
no, I was a chef with the pizza.
Plus, no, but I think that these are good topics. I think these good. I hate it.
Just because your parents might not have been there, I don't necessarily mean that you have to go out there and be on some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that's on the topic, but
that's it's not. That's
my mom. My bad. But my mom worked 2 jobs every day.
Facts.
My older sister had to watch me.
Facts.
We had to be in the house before the lights came on, and I ain't care. I'm outside still, but I ain't mean I'm doing something I ain't supposed to be doing. Sometimes that whole, you know, your mom wasn't there don't mean like too much. Like you could make yourself into, you know, something.
I don't think it has to mean that, but there is a statistical fact that 9 times out you're the exception to the rule, and that's cool. And that doesn't mean that he wasn't out doing no crazy stuff.
No, I'm not saying like crazy stuff. I'm just saying like in general, like just cause like your parents ain't there don't mean really like you have to.
It don't mean that.
Yeah, he said stop using that as a cop out.
People be using that as excuses.
Yeah,
you know,
to go do what you want to do.
My mom wasn't there, so you know I got it. But you don't like you don't.
I think that they should not use it as an excuse. They should be able to evaluate that feeling and be able to, because it is a hurt that you can't never take somebody hurt from them. Right. Do y'all know that hurt and pain is the only feeling that you can recreate in your mind, and it feels just like it was yesterday. Like you break a leg. I tell everybody this. I learned this in biology. I thought they was lying. They know what they was talking about. Boy. But please close your eyes. And your mama just passed away. Your grandmother passed away. Yeah, that's you know what I'm saying? Yeah, or you got to hurt. You can close your eyes and you can feel that. So the problem is that we don't know what to do with the pain that we have, and some people are exceptions to the rules. You understand what I'm saying? Him, my son, my son that's right under him, that's 28. He came out a different way, right? So he handled that differently than what this child did, and I'm never going to take away. Now I'm not going to live in guilt because I'm getting tired of them and this guilt. But what I really want them to hear is that we hurt people. Like it's interesting because you see your grandparents the way you see your grandparents different, but they were the parents that didn't hit the marks for us and why we that way. But by the time you became a grandparent, you done fixed everything that was your mess up. You understand what I'm saying? And so I think that all I'm saying is figure out where that feeling comes from that's hindering you from doing your life the way you need to do your life, and fix it. Because some of these people, even though that's not your story, some of these people out here killing and murdering women because their mama wasn't around.
Right. Man, I'm glad you went on a few of those topics. Like I said, women and children should be off limits totally.
They should be off limits, but somebody made it cool to where it started with a woman being the cool, disrespectful factor as the number one to a man, and then it trickled down to the kids. Because the first thing that another man someone say about something is about his female or his kids or his. And of course, somebody speak about mine. I ain't gonna have the best reaction right then and there. Like maybe if I'm drunk and we out and somebody say something, I'm gonna react like how Will Smith.
Listen, my hair gonna come all the way from back here.
But hold and you know what too is, but I'm glad he said that too. But also look at what he said. He said he was gonna look at that situation and how he was feeling. All right. Mm-hmm. Don't miss that part, right, y'all, because I always tell y'all it only take 3 to 5 seconds to change your life forever. Right.
So you got to be careful at your reactions.
You know,
so
because
drunk,
people do stuff.
Snapping.
Yeah, somebody saying that right then and there where I can touch him.
You know what? So it's really important to be in situations when you're in a situation. Like I know that I got issues, so I don't go around certain places. Definitely ain't gonna be drunk around.
Know yourself. That's what
know yourself.
I'm definitely ain't gonna be.
That's one thing I'm trying to get myself up on, the self-awareness now.
Yeah, know yourself. It takes a lot, man. As a brother, I ain't gonna lie. It takes a lot to know yourself, man. Sometimes I had to just go in the room and listen to the music that I like, nobody else. Made my own personal playlist, man, and just sat there. Do the things that I like, figure it out. Do I like this versus that? What type of woman I like, what I want to see, what I want to feel, what I want to touch. You know what I'm saying? What can I put my love into and then it not run away from me just because I messed up a time or two? All right. That's gonna help you figure out what you want to do.
Do you think
take your time to do that?
Do you think it's important to now, once you do that, is to put it down?
Yeah, you have to put it on paper
so that you can continue to look at it. I used to write on my mirror.
Very important.
The thing that I wanted to work on as far as the self-reflection, and it was never about nobody else.
Right.
It was always about something that I need. So I think it's important because we can do that. And I think we sometimes evaluate that in our head. But when we don't put it down on the paper or don't go back and look at it, then you don't remember. Then next thing you know, it's a year later. You're like, dang, I was supposed to be doing, I was supposed to be doing. But when you write it down, and then you put it somewhere where you can see it, I think that's important. We were talking about resources and tools when we talk about mental health. I think that
mental health, that's important in mental health too. When I teach mental health, I tell most of my people that I say, you know what, have that child or an adult write down a list of things that they want to accomplish, and then once they accomplish it, give them a sticker, cross it off. Don't just give them an award or a soda. What is that? Once they drink that ain't fulfilling. Right. They can look at that sticker. They can look at that mark saying, they say, I did that. I accomplished that.
Right. Do y'all know you actually get endorphins by checking stuff off your list? You get good feelings. So I always, y'all see I highlighted all that. I did that. And I felt so good.
Speaking about good feelings.
Y'all should know how good I feel right now. I'm sorry, sister, but you know what? Right now, I got on my shirt.
Okay.
That I created. You understand me? This feels so good.
What it say?
It say flip the convo. You
flip
already
the convo.
know.
Let's go.
And cause we finna go. I'm telling y'all, young people, tap in, man. This is for real, man. Put down them guns. Let's start understanding each other, man. I know y'all gonna get into confrontations. Y'all young, I know that.
I would say put the guns down.
I got into confrontations. But you know what? We live to fight another day. I done knocked in the head a couple times. I had to learn. Oh, okay, there's somebody a little tougher right now. Tighten your grips up. Buckle up, bro. Yeah, I done been jumped. Yeah. I done did all that. Been sliced. Like I said, 10 Caucasian people done came out on 5 of us. I almost broke my hand that day. Cause I'm going to, at that point, you ain't got no choice. Right. Now sometimes you don't have a choice, and I get that, I understand that.
But make sure that's make sure this is your very last resort.
Don't always. You ain't got to be the first person to pop off. Now, if you see money got a gun and you ain't got yours, I think the best thing you should do right now is try to turn the other cheek. Yeah, you got money. You got that.
And that don't make you less than a man or less than a person.
You going home to your babies?
You know what it is.
When we get grown, we gotta stop with all.
You know you ain't no punk.
When you know who you are, you don't have to answer to nothing nobody have to say. You gonna pop your collar on whoever and pop your collar and keep it moving. Because people have stuff to have to say about me. I don't care.
Man, please hit that button.
What they gonna do? What are they gonna do? They not gonna pay one of my bills and one of my bills. They not going to get me to another level. They not going to come bail me out of this prison if something happened. They not going to do nothing productive. But I just told somebody that I was better than them. Better than them is me walking away. And I told a young my son's ex-girlfriend or girl, whoever she is, my little son, my 17-year-old. I said the best way that you can S on a person, the best way you could do is you elevate on them. That's the best thing you can do. Oh, okay, you said that. Oh, okay, you said that. Oh, okay, you feel that. Oh, you think I'm because they told me I wasn't gonna be nothing.
You know what I like to call that? I flipped that one too.
Flip it.
I had and you know what? This hurt my feelings. I had a black teacher told me I wasn't gonna do nothing just because I was trying to graduate early. Counselor called me in the office. He like, yo,
how does that make sense?
What you want to do, man? You gotta come to class next year for. If you take 2 classes at night school, I think it was gym and art. He said you could go knock them classes out in 4 months and graduate in 11th grade, or you could come back a whole year.
I'm not coming back a whole year.
In at 5 and out by 9. Come on, bro.
I'm out of there.
So a teacher found that out. Yeah, dude was like, you ain't gonna do that. And then you know what? When I did it, I ain't even boast on him.
On the inside.
I just made him look at the accomplishments, because not only did I do it, I was part of the Black Scholar Honoree.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And top volunteer in my city.
Listen, big old head.
You know what I mean? No, I don't, because I want people to know I'm not just preaching out here. I'm my name in them books.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm really trying to help out here. Let's go. Phoenix, I'm really trying to do it. Let's
go, Phoenix. It's gonna be the Phoenix takeover. Y'all know my son already know I'm in these streets. He be like, Mama, do you not know any? I know. Hey, listen. So we about to get out here, but I want to ask. I know that this is your show, but I got a couple of questions that I want to know what it's like being. It's a few. It's a few.
All right.
What it's like being a young black male in America. Like, what is the challenge that you guys?
You think this is a challenge?
I don't like challenging, like like the problem, not just am I challenging? Like I don't know what I think it is. That's my question to you, because I'm not a young black man. I'm not a black man at all. Having conversations with Mr. Convo, I did not understand, because let me tell you, different than most people, which is a very good name for you, is Mr. Convo, because you will converse. People don't talk, and women can't understand in y'all head because we don't think alike at all.
We sure don't.
So I want to know. Yes, I want to know what it's like being a young black man in America.
You want to go first?
Go ahead, Scott. You can go.
For me, it feels like it's real contradicting. There's nothing we can do right. And we always target it, and we always got to hold ourselves to the highest level of superiority. Did I say the right word?
Yeah,
and if we have one little stain on us, oh yeah, you ain't shit.
From your black women and from
anybody.
People,
everybody.
It'll be like, oh, you put your gun down, but then you gotta pick your gun back up because you don't know if he's gonna shoot you because he's searching your car, and then they say, okay, well don't put your gun down, but then you gotta pick it back up because I'm over here riding with my daughter, and Johnny over here, he hungry, so he need $20, and he's trying to get me on my head turn. Then if I do something, then it's put your gun down, but then I gotta pick it back up. It's contradictory. How am I gonna
That's
win?
a good man. Ooh. I can't even. We gonna have to come back and talk about that, because I can't even. I can't even. Listen, I can't even. That's like multi-dimensional, right? So when I think about it, so that's something that I would have to.
And we is always the number one target, no matter what happens, no matter if we pay our taxes, it don't matter if we taking care of our kids. I got full custody of Lily, and I still get talked about me like I'm like, it's men I know out here that's like older than me that can't even get their kids.
Man,
whether if I got my daughter with help or not, I still got it.
From your mother raising you.
I mean, I understand that.
Mama, let me whisper.
Not me. I was part of you getting her. Just you have these different.
Everybody has help in what they do.
Now you talking about that, son. Listen to this. You have different standards because you were raised. You have different standards, and you was able to.
The judge told me when I said, "Yeah, I want to go and get her." He said, "Oh, for real? I thought we was just gonna leave her in foster care." Most men don't even.
No, we ain't.
First of all, sir.
What kind of men has you been talking to?
Say that louder, bro.
What kind of men you been talking to?
No man.
You heard that?
Real men take care of their kids.
But you know what the tragedy of that though is?
Whether it's time, money, whatever. A lot of brothers ain't got a whole lot of money to take care of a lot of the kids. And sometimes, ladies, you have to be and stop so critical about what he can give as far as that monetary value. He might be down right now, but he not gonna be down for forever. So
I will tell y'all, ladies and men, I say none of my kids' fathers have financially helped me with it, but they know them that I'm never taking y'all's relationship away from y'all because of some financial stuff or anything, because none of that was my business. Now your lack of having a relationship with them is solely on you. It didn't have nothing to do with me. Cause I never called nobody, acted up, and you guys, my son, when they come, everybody can spend the night, can't they?
Yeah, but they got kids out here who not liking their parents just because they couldn't give them things they wanted to give. You know what? And I'm gonna just be honest right here. I couldn't even if I had to base my love on with my mom off money, it wouldn't have been none. Right. So there it is right there.
So let's ask. It's Rashawn. Rasan.
Yeah,
okay, Rasan. Excuse me, sir. See, that's not even how you say. What is it like being a black male in the United States, man?
For me, it's a day thing. It's a challenge. You gotta pick a side. In America, you gotta pick a side. You gotta be what you gonna be. If you gonna do this, or you gonna do that, and you gotta stay with that side. And I chose a side to you know, not be in the crowd. You can't be in the crowd. That's basically what it is. If you're a young black man, don't be in the crowd.
That's good.
Being in the crowd ain't gonna get you nowhere but
positive, right?
Death or in jail.
That goes for you rappers too. Y'all be going 30 deep, man. Y'all need to stop that. Let me tell y'all, man. The people who sing rock and other classifications and other genres, they don't show up 30 deep to their shows with guns and all of that, man. Y'all going in there with the wrong intentions.
Listen, there was a show that happened in Arizona that was I think it was Nipsey Hussle's, and I love Nipsey. Was it Nipsey when they you can try to hit on us if you want to. I'm fine. I do like him too, but the energy that the energy that comes with certain stuff is very hard. Like there are certain concerts I'm not going to because I already know if you are talking about guns and slanging and banging and all that. Who do you think you listen to the music that you connect with, right? So who do you think? Wait a minute, but who do y'all think? Because listen, I'll listen to y'all and I'm gonna let y'all talk too. But let me because here's what I have a problem with black people all the time is we come with our opinions, but let's statistically look at what we're talking about, right? If we're talking about who statistically listens to certain type of music, you're wrong. If you're talking about who statistically shows up to these things, you're wrong.
Statistically.
If you overlook in your own, okay, look, this is something one of my friends argue about. She says that black women are not left at home with their children by themselves, that a lot of black men are in the house, right? But when you statistically,
house that is.
Exactly. And when I statistically though, with numbers, look it up, that's not true at all. Like 70% of our households are single, and most of those are black women. I think it's like 65% of those. Y'all know I'm nerdy. So I'm not saying that music always, and me and you talk about this all the time, always shapes people. But when you have somebody that doesn't have a basis, y'all can't say that about y'all's upbringing. You have some kids that didn't have a mama nor a daddy or a grandmother or nobody that taught them nothing positive, and then now they're listening to this particular music and they're thinking that this is how they're supposed to conduct themselves. Let's listen to the words. Dante, you know that you have sat out the side with me and we talked about Bootsy and Mo3.
Two nice artists.
We talked about.
But what did you have to say? No, it was
Mo3 and Blueface.
But then we got on
But then we did get on Bootsy.
So what did you have to say about them too, though? Do you remember?
I remember. I was saying that Mo3's music is it's gonna be way more deep because where he came from and how far he's came. But Blueface come from
that environment.
Yeah,
exactly. So
he ain't gonna be able to go as far as.
But you were talking about he also teaches something that gives you life lessons, right?
It gives you a lot of life.
Like nuggets, we gotta stop. What I would, and I'm gonna leave y'all alone after this because this is something that I'm really passionate about. To the point where I get emotional. When you work in the field that I work in, and you deal with trauma, you deal with youth, and you deal with stuff like that, y'all have to understand that they are glorifying these rappers, and they are believing that this is how you're supposed to live your life. When you have you keep talking, and when you get older, we're gonna have another conversation. Because y'all have to understand, if you have a foundational basis, right, and somebody has taught you right from right and wrong is wrong, whether you saw it in your environment, whether your dad talked about it, whether your mom or your grandmother talked about it, you can now because when you're born with nothing in your head, nothing at all, and then you learn everything that you know. That's why I hate that word common sense. Common sense is not for real, because you are not born with any sense. You're not born with any of that. You only know the environment you're in. It's called cognitive dissonance. Mm-hmm. It's called social phenomenon, if you want to talk about learning. So you only learn in your environment. So let's say your environment is filled with lack of learning. You know, in my last relationship, that was a lack of learning. Ooh. Well, if he listened, he would listen. But that was, and so now he only knows. Listen, he only knows what he doesn't. He'll tell you that nobody taught him these things, right?
I understand the word when they say common. What you say?
Common sense.
Common sense is the community and the commonness of where you was from.
Right.
So when people say common sense, from where you was from.
Right, because if we make Kool-Aid one way. Mm-hmm. But y'all make Kool-Aid one way, that's still common to y'all. But if you now expecting me to know how you make Kool-Aid, that ain't go. Did I say Kool-Aid? Yep, Kool-Aid. If you're not knowing how to make Kool-Aid, if we're not gonna. So when you say you should already know that, I do not like that, and that breaks down communication. Yes. So that's why I explain everything I'm talking about. But about music. I think y'all gonna come back and talk to us about music because
I could do that.
I got one more question regarding
I'm gonna let
music.
him talk first, real quick.
I'm gonna ask him a question about the
But
music.
he has something to say.
It's the same question.
But he has something to say to us.
That's what. Go ahead.
Yeah, they want to talk.
Go ahead, bro.
Y'all gonna have to come back and make y'all own
situation about the foundation thing. Like, my parents raised me right. You know, but I went to jail twice.
That doesn't mean.
I went to jail a couple times.
I went to jail twice.
That's not the.
Like,
that don't mean nothing.
So here's the thing.
But those
here's
were-
the thing.
those
The
were
Bible say,
decisions
hold
he
on.
had to
The
make
Bible say,
sometime.
raise them up in the way you want them to go, and they'll never depart from it. It does not mean that they will not go off and venture on. That means they'll come back to right. Does that make sense? The prodigal son, he went out and did all the stuff. Hold on, he did all the stuff he did. There are people that have been in prison for 50 years.
Right.
There's people that they go to prison, they come out, and they do the exact same thing day one. Right. There are people that never can understand what is right. When you say you selling, I told somebody that you selling drugs and you killing people. How am I killing people? Like, come on, bro. Like, they really don't have it in their head to understand that this is not what we're supposed to do. And they live their whole life rebellious.
Right.
They live their whole life doing nothing.
But I get what you're saying, but at the same time, you telling us, at the same time, you saying that people can't intentionally kill people. If I'm selling, quote unquote, saying
am I
I'm
saying
selling,
that?
no, quote unquote, saying I'm selling something that I know eventually can kill somebody, but the government doing it too. So we gonna look up to white actors that take this stuff prescriptions for this opioid.
I ain't looking at up to none of them.
And we can't sell weed because why?
Because it's not benefiting them. But can I go back to?
Weed.
Let me get back to that music thing though, because
it's a drug. That's what they call a drug.
Yeah, that is a drug. Everything's a drug. I mean, music can be a drug. Right now, music is the main drug.
Music is a drug.
Is the main drug.
People are trying to
heal through it.
They're trying to heal through
it.
That's
it out.
Way, yeah, but they're trying to act it out.
Life.
Yeah. But and 9 times out of 10, the rapper ain't even doing what he's saying.
What y'all think about that? Because I said something that was real important. I said that comes from these idiotic, crappy, not knowing OGs.
Right.
Because he gonna give his son that gun and go tell him to go kill that person, and he just destroyed 2 brothers.
So I always talk about the source of it, though. I don't even want my children. My kids don't know that. I don't even want my children to be able to. I don't even want my children to be. Oh, excuse me. I don't even want my children to be in the area where they would have to have that happen. Does that make sense? When there was people breaking into the cars around, I said, why are they outside needing to get money at 3:00 in the morning? I have a couple of questions. Why don't you know your child is outside? Because as soon as that door goes, I'll be like, what? Where y'all at? Who's doing stuff? Dante think he's slick right now. Listen, I want to know where you at. There's gonna be some food in the house. It may not be all the food you want. They're gonna be, y'all ain't gonna have. You're not home. You definitely in the area that I live in are not gonna go to school looking in your type of way, because kids in my area are bullies about that kind of stuff. There are some things that you do strategically so that you don't have to do that. Like, parenting ain't that easy in a woman's mind. Right. I'm trying to tell you, period, point blank. But women, we think about all that. Nobody thinking about, do your kids have, but they don't have what I'm trying to tell you, they don't have none.
Everybody's values is changing, and what they holding so high in the value is long.
So this is about flip the convo. That's
son,
what that's about.
What you think about that? What you think about that, son? Because you've lived with your mom, you live with me, and you live with both of us at the same time.
Oh yeah.
So what you think about that?
Hold on, I gotta hear the question again.
I don't even know. Listen.
So the influence, the influence of the foundation in the rap music, because you know, whereas me, I let you bump Young Boy, but I'm listening to him with a different message. I'm listening to it as, if I was his OG, I would have stepped in his life and sat him down.
Because he's screaming for help. He want to kill himself and all.
Well, I don't think the boy really want. I listen to him every day. That's one of my favorite artists. Mm-hmm. For me, he just speak to my soul, man. I don't care about that killing and banging and all that type of stuff.
What part speaks to your soul, though?
Like some songs, like how, like, when you with your brothers and you coming from nothing, you know, and people down talking you every day, telling you ain't gonna be this and you ain't gonna be that, but then you and your brothers, y'all in some beef, you know what I'm saying? But y'all holding it down. So you're not really like I can't say it. Like, yeah, you're not taking those.
So you like what is it called? Chew the meat and spit out the bones. And so what I'm trying to get y'all to understand, we got 5 minutes, y'all. But what I'm trying to get the world and y'all young people to understand, and people who listen to music like that, that's cool. My son listens to, and that's his favorite rapper too. My 17-year-old. But I didn't let them listen to that music until they got my values in them, and now they can chew the meat and spit out the bones.
There it is.
There are people that cannot do that. They think that this is how they're supposed to live.
Right.
So that's why I asked you what portion of it, because I listen to Young Boy be bumping them, and but then I'm like, oh, now he talking about killing. Oh Lord, then he talking about because we're not dangerous when I see you. Oh Lord,
you know what? I kind of like that song.
Young Boy speak about him.
Yeah,
he speak morally about what he's really done, and he could. And a lot
but he also talk about killing himself, and
right.
when you have suicide on the rise in the black community, and somebody that you look up to,
right?
You don't look. Don't say it.
Right, I don't look up.
But there's kids. See what I want you to take from here. What I want you to take from here. What I'm telling you is that there are people that look up to them. So when they're looking up to them and they already feeling that on the inside, and guess what? They're gonna blow their brains out. And it's happening right now.
And it's up to y'all OGs to start recognizing that, man. Y'all always talking about OG this, OG that, man. Step up and be real OGs. Quit giving these kids these guns, man.
And listen.
Stop talking glamorifying jail like that's cool. Don't nobody want to be locked up with some other nigga.
Listen, let me tell. Listen.
I went through that.
So don't want to be locked
up
with a bunch of
listen,
y'all tripping.
But listen, man, we gonna have to come back.
Everything in America is controlled anyway, and then you gonna go inside of a building that's controlled by more white folks than us. And even when we in there, the ones who work in there is them. Come on, man, y'all tripping. Grandma and granddaddy rolling over in their grave right now. Y'all tripping. Know your history, man. Because if y'all knew your history, that's the problem too. Some of y'all young cats need to get in them history books and actually understand what was going on with black folks, man.
Okay, so listen, y'all, OGs, y'all are the OGs right now.
Get it right. Yep.
So y'all need to. So when you an OG, right? You not thinking in your own box. You got to think on outside the box. You got to think about what typically when y'all will understand. I had a question about what was like growing up Howell Watkins, but listen, y'all have had the unique opportunity to have some people that cared enough about y'all to talk to y'all, be in y'all life, stay in y'all life, and really give y'all some firm foundations. Y'all have to understand in our community that's not happening. If you don't, I talk to my son about this all the time. Talk to my 17-year-old son, because he's not getting it, and he's not going to take it from me because I'm a woman. I don't know how to give it to him. I respect, but y'all are the OGs, man. And y'all are the ones that are going to be able to connect with them more. Get in these streets. I challenge both of y'all to get in these streets. And when we have some of these events, come talk to these little kids, because they're needing it. Because right now, if y'all really pay attention, all of this sound good to say, okay, because that's how y'all think. Right. But if you be around some of these kids that we've had the privilege of counseling and being around, they do not have that same kind of mindset at all.
I volunteered back home for a youth group, so I've spoken to kids before. I don't know.
They still need you.
I know they do. I had a group of boys and girls.
So listen, Mud Baby.
Yes.
Mud Baby is about what you tell me. Get it out the mud. I call it get out the mud.
We get it out the. That's the slogan. We get it out the mud.
We getting it out the mud, man.
Yes,
so I will tell y'all that my life hasn't been so good. I'm excited about Mud Baby. I have rocked my little girl line.
That's some original stuff. Y'all ain't heard nothing called Mud Baby before.
I always talk about get it out the mud. Always, I talk about getting it out the mud, because it took me to be able to get it out the mud to understand how to help people. Because if somebody just gave me some stuff,
you wouldn't know how to get it out of the mud.
Man, I wouldn't have known. And I think that most of us out here in these streets in the black community are getting it out the mud.
Right.
So listen, we're going to bring Dante and Rasan back on here. Look, we gonna let them take over the show though.
Yeah, they gonna ask us some questions.
You talk too much.
Oh, it was me, huh? No, it was you. We ain't even gonna jump out the pot into the frying pan on that one.
Anyway, this is called Let's Talk Sis. No,
yeah.
But yeah, so y'all can reach us on centralcityradio.com. Y'all can look at us on either the internet or YouTube. I'm on Instagram, Tameca8. On my Facebook is Tameca Howell. My Yahoo is Tameca Howell at Yahoo. What else I got? I ain't mad. I ain't worried about all that. What y'all gonna do to me, please? Anyway, so listen.
Spicy.
Not like that. I'm just saying like.
That's what I talk spicy.
Yeah, that's lemon pepper and hot sauce.
Y'all can find me on all my platforms, and I need y'all to tap in. I'm telling y'all, in this next year, we are going to try to take Phoenix by storm.
Take off.
As far as getting in the community, I already have been in the community. Y'all who know me know that I've been out here helping with all kind of stuff, and I've been in the house for a minute, and it's time to get back out. So go ahead and tell them where they can find you.
It's again. Mr. Flip the Convo, yeah, man, 50 grand. Flip the Convo, all platforms. New platforms coming too. Just all you got to do is say Flip the Convo. You'll see the T-shirts and everything popping up. It's coming, y'all. I'm excited about the young people coming. I'm excited about everything. Let's go.
I think this was one of my favorite shows.
Man, this made me smile.
This
right,
one of my favorite shows, having my son.
Yeah.
Anyways,
just there having something? Some young men. Period.
Do y'all want to outro y'all?
What I was going.
Go ahead. Let's go. Hurry up. Let's go.
I remember what I was gonna say. Wow, when you cut me off, there ain't no there's no places that we can go. Well, I mean, you cut me off.
Go ahead. That's good.
But there's no place that nobody can go nowadays to where it's a what would you say, like a safe haven, like no matter who there, no matter who's there, it's a safe haven. No matter who there, it's one spot that you know that this is a common ground.
Well, then that's something that you have to start. Let me tell y'all about this brother right here. He has a very entrepreneurial spirit. So if that's something that's in your heart to say, to do that thing.
We can create that.
Do that thing.
Let's
so we're going to do that. Sir, Mr. Young Sir. Mr. Young Sir.
It's the outro?
Yes, sir.
Put it on him, Mud Baby. Let's go.
I'm just excited for Mud Baby. But platforms coming soon, merch coming soon. So be on the lookout for Mud Baby, and Flip the Convo is gonna be something special. Trying to let y'all know.
Sir. Yes, sir.
But yeah, that's
well, we out this piece then, y'all.